Hello, my friends. A good Erev Shabbos. Happy Friday, followed by a beautiful, uplifting, and spiritual Shabbos Kodesh. This week's Parsha is called Parshas Tazria. When a woman conceives, it says that after a woman has a child, she's considered impure. She needs to go through a purity process, and we're talking about in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, and even today some of this applies. And she has to go to the mikveh, which is a ritual bath. But you wonder, what did she do wrong? She just had a child, one of the greatest mitzvahs a woman can do. And the answer is beautiful. You see, when the child was inside of her, it was a potential for more life. When the child left her, that life left her. Yes, the life is there. It's now living on its own. But within her, the potential's gone. The Torah looks at life as the most pure element on this earth. And the lack of life is the opposite. I'll give you an example. A dead body is called Avi Avos Hatuma, which means the granddaddy of all impurities. Why is it so? Why is life so pure that when a pregnant woman is no longer pregnant, she has a living, breathing, wonderful child, now she has to purify herself? It's because God puts so much emphasis on life. Every moment of life is important. When a person wakes up in the morning, they're supposed to ritually wash their hands, besides the regular washing everybody should do for a hygiene reason, but you're supposed to ritually wash your hands as soon as possible. You fill up a cup and you pour it over your right hand. Then you switch, you pour it over your left hand, you go back and forth 3 times. What's with all the pouring? Just holding it in the sink. No, we have to do an action, because the action shows life. Sleep is a lack of action, and it's partially a lack of life. We're told that when a person sleeps, they're 1/60th dead. So when you wake up, you need to purify, because you were 1/60th dead at that time. And again, lack of life is an impurity. And life is purity. Why? Because life, every moment of life, is a moment of potential. There's so much we can accomplish, no matter who. No matter who, and no matter how old. Life is important in God's eyes. Life is important in the Torah's eyes. Every moment of a person's life is important. I remember one time, I was in one of my facilities, and I had heard that somebody, a member of the facility who had gone to my class regularly, had passed away. And I was wheeling another lady in there who was already 100 years old. And she said, we're all here, we're just waiting for that silver whistle to blow to say time's up. It's just a waiting game once we get into this place. I was so upset by what she said, I decided I'm not going to give whatever class it was I was planning on giving. I'm going to give a class about the importance of every moment of life. A 100-year-old woman said to me just recently, again, another 100-year-old woman, she said, Rabbi, my whole life I grew up and knew very, very little about my religion. I knew Pesach night you make gefilte fish. I was in charge of the gefilte fish for the family. I knew Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur were the only times we went to shul. That was it. Now I'm 100 years old and I'm finally learning what it is to be Jewish. And I looked at her and I smiled and I said, thank you. That's why I do this. Because it doesn't make a difference how old you are. Every moment of life is precious. Good Shabbos.